Good evening. Oh, I've got a message on my screen. Are we live? Are we in the right place? That's the question. If I am, welcome to Stampin' by Hannah here on Facebook. I am live. Wonderful. Welcome to Stampin' by Hannah here on Facebook. I am an independent Stampin' Up demonstrator. I'm based in the UK. And I'm hoping as well that I'm the right way around because I've just had a message that's gone through wrong. Oh, it's technology. Technology today. For some reason, it's done that thing again. It did this to me the other week where it's sort of jumped from one type of screen to another. There we go. It's fine. It's fine. I can see it. I can see it on my laptop. Anyway, so if I'm looking in the screen, my screen, instead of being I can see the whole screen, you're in a little corner and it's just not right. Anyway, I am Hannah. I am an independent Stampin' Up demonstrator based in the UK. I am so happy that you've joined me this evening or on the replay. I have a couple of fun cards for you today. I have two cards. Very exciting. I thought we would play with the warm welcome stamp set again. I absolutely love this. I have a bit inspired by the very lovely Emma Goddard who blogs at the Coastal Crafter, and she did a fabulous kind of rainbow card with this stamp set last week and I loved it, so I thought I would, inspired by absolutely definitely not a case because it is quite a different card, but anyway, so I've got two cards and a whole bunch of colours. Love this. Bit of a rainbow going on today. So, I'm not going to waffle too much. Thought we'd get on with stamping. I've already got everything on blocks ready. And I've got two card bases. They're both exactly the same. So they are Sahara Sand and a piece of basic white. So the Sahara Sand is cut at 14.8 by 10.5. No, it's not. It's cut at 21 by 15.8 because it's the top half or the bottom half of a piece of A4 cardstock. I can't win with this card today. And scored at 10.5. Hello, Louise. Lovely to see you. And then the piece of basic white is a little bit smaller than I usually do because I fancied a bit of a bigger border. Hello, Emma. Lovely to see you as well. So this piece of basic white cardstock is 9.5 centimetres by 13.8. And Alison, loads of people on this evening, which is lovely. So let's get to stamping. I have pulled out the little bitty bits of this stamp set. I know, I know this stamp set has this fabulous door, and I have made a card with the door. I think I left it, actually. I think I took it. Did I take it with me to the Pootler's event and left it behind? Quite possibly. But anyway, have made a card with the door, but I'm going back to the little stamps again. I love the little stamps in this stamp set. So I've pulled out the two little diddy hearts, which are really easy to miss. These three stamps here. So I'm not using the dot, but I've got the two hearts. I'm going to kind of stamp a rainbow. So this is going to get a bit messy. Quite possibly going to get a bit messy. I'm going to hold my hands up right now. Got my trusty microfiber cloth and some stamping mist. I'm going to position them over here so I can clean my stamps off halfway through or after every colour, because I'm changing colour all the time with this. So we are going to, I love these stamps, these little stamps, they're really cute. I'm going to stamp them 3 times, but I'm going to stamp it off each time as well, so you've got that kind of gradient going on. So they are the soft sorbet ones. I'm going to maybe see if we can try and sort of ombre a rainbow. This is Pumpkin Pie, which is a fairly new to me ink pad. I have got this colour in an old style, and I've bought it in the kind of newer, more up to date, which I'm not usually, style of ink pad. And it's so juicy. It's just, I don't know, I'm not getting on with it very well. How is everybody? Has everybody had a lovely weekend? I have been somewhat busy. Let's call it somewhat busy this weekend. Took the kids yesterday to see Daddy play rugby. And they absolutely had the best time. Daddy then went out and got very drunk. So me and Daddy aren't really speaking at the moment, but the kids had a lovely day. I wasn't so impressed at 1 o'clock this morning, put it that way. But anyway, so today, because the husband's been nursing a very, very sore head, we have done very little, but it's meant that I have been able to get in my craft room and just kind of chill in peace. Because we've got me and my friend Heidi, who blogs over at Flutter by Heidi, have got a joint team event coming up in November, which I have only just started prepping for, which I'm very excited about. So I've been creating all afternoon with a brand new stamp set that comes out. It's out now for demonstrators to pre-order. It's out to customers 1st of November, I think. But I have, my intention is to share it on Facebook Live next weekend. So there we have our ombre, kind of gradiented rainbow of beautifulness. Quite like that effect, actually. I left all the stamps thinking I might need to go back over a couple of them, and if there were it might be some gaps, but there's not. I think that's worked really well. Pretty. So I'm going to pop that off to one side and grab a piece of scrap. Say scrap, fresh, basic white, and my Sahara Sand ink pad. And I'm using Sahara Sand because it's the colour of my card base. And I'm going to stamp that straight down there. And while I've got my Sahara Sand out, I have got, because this is a birthday card, isn't it? It's quite clearly a birthday card. It's got presents on it. There is no birthday sentiment in here other than it's your day, and I just didn't fancy it. So I've pulled out Happiness Abounds and the happy birthday sentiment. I realised when doing this, I am a bit short on little birthday sentiments. I'm going to have to go through the catalogue and work out which stamp set would be best for me to purchase, because this is a bit too, I want a nice basic font, and this isn't really what I want, but it's what I've got. So, can't make a card at the moment without colouring in. So I've got a whole heap of blends. Did you know that you can use your blends with your Stampin' Up ink pads? This was revolutionary to me. I thought this was the coolest thing when I found out. Because your Stampin' Up ink pads are water-based ink. They work, if you're very careful, with your Stampin' blends. So Memento is always the kind of gold standard go-to colour. I just didn't fancy using black. And I'm just sort of dotting this colour on because it's a bit of a funny image. So you've got details I don't want to cover up. So that was, what was that? Light sweet sorbet. I'm going to kind of mimic a sort of similar to the rainbow on the card, I think. So this is dark pumpkin pie. I don't know how. I'm sure one of my teammates might be able to tell me this. I don't know how I have got a dark pumpkin pie and not a light one. I assume I have acquired it at an event at some point. I don't really know why. I would only have one. They come in pairs. You can't buy one pen. But somehow I managed to end up with one of a colour. But hey, never mind, it's worked. It works for me here. I'm not doing any blending at all. I'm literally just using the pens to get the colour on. I think it works quite well. The next bit of this present is a bit awkward because it's loads of dots. So I thought we'd do light Tahitian Tide and light Orchid Oasis. I'm going to do Tahitian Tide dots and Orca Oasis background. Pat, have I stolen your pen? Is that how I've ended up? This has been in my craft room for months. Like, months and months. I might well have nabbed it off you. I'm very, very sorry if I did. If it's fallen into my box. Anything's possible. Goodness. I'm hopeless. When it comes to crafting events, I make such a mess. As Pat will know, because Pat sits next to me at team events, and I have a habit of sort of spreading out. And so Pat, things end up all over the place. She's not responded to me. I don't know what the delay is on today's video, actually. So, I've been colouring all afternoon, and I'm still finding it super therapeutic. It's still really lovely. I cannot wait to show you what I've been making. I think I've probably got cards. I've made 4 cards this afternoon, which probably is a bit too many for the event, because if I'm doing a make and take, we'll kind of do maybe 1 or 2. It has no sticker on, Pat. It might well have fallen off, though. Yes, I've made 4 cards this afternoon, which is probably too many for the team event. Because if I'm doing a make and take, I don't want to do 4 cards, because that will take everybody all day. So I need to pare it back. So I've probably got a couple of cards for, maybe a card for YouTube or a card for Facebook Live out of that 4. And I will share them with you after I've shared them, obviously, with who they're made for, because I can't be sharing cards just on the whim, can I? No, I don't think this pen is yours, Pat, because it's been in my craft room. It's not the last event we were at. It was at least the time before. So I'm going to snip that out. And then actually I'm going to take my snips to get the sentiment out, because I'm not fussy cutting this. You'll be pleased to know. Although I do have a video planned this week for fussy cutting, but with some tips on. Have you seen, actually, that's something I haven't mentioned on here. Have you seen, I am trying to do some tip reels over on Instagram. So on a Tuesday, I'm going to do some Tuesday top tips on Instagram, which I think is so fun. I did one last week, which was my favourite colour combination for leaves when I'm using my blends. If you haven't seen last week's YouTube live, you won't know what that is. So go and hit over onto my Instagram and you can see that. So I'm going to take the present die, and I've got my little mini cut and emboss machine. I've had this machine a week, and I've turned the bottom plate over already because it's absolutely bent. And I need my trusty washi tape, because that die's gonna move all over the place, because it's really, really warped. Hello, Janice, good evening. Have I got your undivided attention this evening, Janice, or are you watching 4 different YouTubers at the same time? I know what Janice is like. That, and she confessed to it on her YouTube live earlier on, that last week she dared to have me and somebody else on. How many devices are you watching on this evening, Janice? Love it. I think it's hilarious. And a brilliant thing to do, actually, is to watch everybody. Just watch everybody. And it's lovely. And I love Janice. She's so super supportive. It's great. Fabulous addition to our team. So we've got the present. Oh, Janice. I've not got Janice's undivided attention. she is watching some other crafters who are much, much more talented than me, so I will let her off. So, this is the one problem with washi tape. It rips things if you're not careful, but never mind. So, there we go. We have our cute little present. I'll bring my card back in. And this card is going to come together really, really quickly because it's, we've sort of done it already. Pat's watching me on and got Janice on the TV. Goodness me, does nobody watch one thing at a time anymore? I can't watch 3 things at once. I can't watch something and hold conversation with my husband. I just can't. I'm not very good at multitasking. So pop that on there, and then I want some dimensionals onto. Janice says that they're not more talented than me. They are. And Alison, Hannah, you have my undivided attention. Oh, Alison, you're very sweet. Thank you. So I'm going to pop this present over here. And then I want another one-dimensional on the far end. And a bit of seal. It's a brand new seal and it's just not... It takes me a little while to get a new seal going. I don't know about anybody else. And then we're going to pop that on there. Do we think that might need some bling? I think we need some sparkles as well. Because it's just not... It's not a finished card, is it, if it's not got sparkles on it? So... These are just basic rhinestones. I don't know how long these rhinestones... This is the same packet. If you've been watching for a little while, you'll know this packet because it's so old. I mean, it's the green branding and it's faded. And actually, I think that the rhinestones have actually slightly changed colour. But they work. It's fine. So a bit of sparkle on. Lovely. So that's card number 1 for the evening. I'm going to make another quite similar card, just in the opposite orientation. So, again, I've got my Sahara sand card base and a piece of basic white, and they measure exactly the same as before, and hopefully I'm going to not have the same trouble folding and scoring this one. What is Janice saying? Because of what... I don't really understand what's happened to my phone, but I've now got to turn my head through 90 degrees to be able to read your comments. Janice, I'm trying to tidy my desk, but I don't want to. It needs to be an office desk tomorrow. Oh, Janice, I feel your pain. Multi-purpose office desks are a bit of a nightmare. I'm very lucky in the fact that I don't work from home very often. So my craft desk is generally crafty. But if I do work from home, I do need to clear it off, and that's just a horrible, horrible thing. I have to move as much craft stuff out of the way as possible, otherwise I get really distracted in the middle of Teams meetings. So this time I'm just going to use that the stamp with the kind of heart and the circle, and I'm going to do full strength, and I'm going to just stamp on one side all the way down. So I'm not moving my ink pads too far because I do think this time I might need to go back in. And I'm going to overlap them a little bit, see if I can get that back exactly. Oh, it's close enough. Maybe that's where the present needs to go. It's never an accident. It's never a problem. It's a happy accident. We can cover it up. So let's get this. Yeah, we might need to go back in and I've done it again. Because the last card we just did, we stamped off, didn't we? And so I've now got in the habit of stamping everything off. I don't want stamped off, I want full strength. We probably will have to go back in here because this is difficult because you're trying to plan how, without marking stuff out with a pencil, it's always going to be a little bit difficult to work out how much space each colour is going to get. Tahitian Tide. And Orchid Oasis. That's going to get sort of squashed, I think, on the bottom. And my sticker's coming up off that one. I did notice that earlier. There we go. Janice, I'm retiring at the end of January and I'll never have to clip again. Oh, Janice, congratulations. I am very jealous. I have a long time before that's me. But I am ever envious of anybody who is coming up for retirement, because I just think you have worked so long and so hard that retirement must be just the most amazing feeling. And I am jealous. Jealous of all that craft time. That must be, all that crafty time just spreading out in front of you. Heaven. I am hoping when I get my next craft room that I will not have to ever clear my desk off again as well, just because I'll have a dedicated craft room rather than a kind of multi-purpose space, which I kind of have at the moment. But it really depends on what my job is at that point. So, shall we colour this present in or shall we leave it? I think we're going to colour it. Let's go for it. So, we're going to go sweet sorbet dots. This time I'm going to do dots in red, or sweet sorbet red. And then I'm going to leave the background white. These dots are really pretty and not difficult to colour at all if you're using the brush tip. If you're using the brush tip of blends, it's providing you haven't like mashed the brush. If it's quite a new pen, it's really pointy and really easy to colour. So I'm going to take Tahitian Tide, I want the dark colour. And I'm going to do Tahitian Tide stripes. Hello, Joanna, lovely to see you. Janice says she can't wait to retire. I bet. Goodness. I'm sure, because Janice does some YouTube videos and lives and things as well. She's currently doing 100 like simple card videos, which are amazing. I did watch one earlier, Janice, and was just completely in awe. So I'm sure when Janice retires, we'll never have rid of our screens, because she'll just permanently be doing something crafty, which will be amazing. So I'm gonna just doing this in Parakeet Party. And I think I want some yellow on this one. So I'm going to grab out I haven't got a crushed curry pen. But I have got, because I don't think we do crushed curry, do we? I have got a Daffodil Delight. So I'm just going to colour this in the stripes of this one in Daffodil Delight. In the dark colour. And it's quite close to the crushed curry ink that I was using earlier. So, where did I put the die? There we go. Janice says, thanks, and it's all your fault. It is actually all my fault that she's currently doing 100 videos. It was sort of my suggestion. And I'm failing. We started a team challenge for kind of 100. We had a 100-day countdown to Christmas, and doing one thing a day for 100 days, and just seeing where we ended up. And my thing is Instagram posts, and I try and get something on there every day. It's not quite working out, but I'm trying. The intention is there, which is better than usual. But Janice has gone absolutely, totally overboard, and is doing the most amazing set of 100 videos, which is just quite a feat. There's a lot of cards and a lot of videos. But she's doing a fantastic job. They are stunning. So we have die cut that present again. And I've not stamped the sentiment. So let's take my Sahara sand ink again. I'm using exactly the same sentiment as before. So this is from where's it gone? The Happiness Abounds stamp set. I absolutely love this stamp set. And actually the whole suite, because the designer series paper is stunning. If you haven't got that one yet, definitely needs to be added onto your list because it's beautiful. So let's just snip this out of here. And then we are nearly done. So before I finish this evening, I do have a couple of things to remind you about. There is currently a fabulous Stampin' Up joining offer. So the starter kit is always £99. And usually it's £130 worth of stuff that you get to put in it. Completely of your choice. But in October, that has gone up to £152, I think, off the top of my head, which is a fabulous deal. And you get loads and loads of things on top of that. So you get your 20% bonus, 20% discount and inspiration. You could join in our fabulous team event that's happening next month. Pre-order, loads of things. That's a bit high up, isn't it? I'm just gonna have to live with that bit. So yeah, absolutely totally worth considering grabbing a starter kit this month because the offer is so good. Also, like I said, we've got a pre-order on at the moment for a beautiful suite of products that's great for Christmas or any time of the year. That's just, yeah, I've been crafting with it this afternoon and it's made my heart very, very happy. And we've got anything else? Oh, there's some kits. The kits collection's expanded again. So if you enjoy crafting with a kit, that's always a really, a handy thing to check out. We did have a clearance rack update as well this week. I haven't had a chance to look at it because life's just been crazy. But anyway, so that is my 2 cards for Sunday evening using the Warm Welcome stamp set. And like I said, Happiness Abounds for that sentiment. Thank you ever so much for joining me here on Facebook or on YouTube if you're watching the replay. If you want to catch the replay because you're kind of catching the tail end of this video, it will be up on YouTube first thing tomorrow morning. If you are watching on a replay, do let me know kind of when and where you're watching from. Just kind of like to see where people are. And thank you ever so much, and I hope to see you again really soon. Thanks ever so much for watching. Bye for now.